Hey everyone, and welcome back to another video. Today, I'll be taking the Beast Quest project a step further by making the two main characters of the story, Tom and Elena. These characters are by far the most important characters of the entire project, so when I was thinking of creating skins for them, I thought of making a pack that would include their skins. But then I had an idea. What if I tried to just customize my character using the base presets to see what I can come up with? In today's video, I'm going to show you how you can make Tom and Elena from Beast Quest inside of Hytale for your player character without any mods. And after that, I'll be discussing the next steps for the Beast Quest projects, some updates, as well as plans moving forward with the project. So if you're ready, let's dive in. Of the two characters, we'll be doing Elena first. So let's go to Avatar. We're gonna start with head and go to haircut. After looking a bit, I discovered that there's one hairstyle that works perfectly for Elena, and it's this hairstyle called stylish. And you actually make it this second color here so that it has that shiny tint that she has in the books. So after you have your hairstyle selected and your color, you can move down to eyebrows. So we're just gonna go with the thin ones, and we're keeping the color the same as we did the hair. So for the eyes, I've decided to keep the eyes large because the characters in Beast Quest are drawn with quite large eyes, so these ones fit actually pretty well. And then as for the color, we can make the eyes black, because I think Elena has black eyes, but you can correct me if she doesn't. Alright, so beard, make sure that's turned off, because you don't want a bearded lady. Hats, she doesn't wear a hat. No glasses and no earrings, although I suppose you can give Elena a little earring if you do want to. Alright, so we can move down to general. And here, instead of going suit, or bandeau or boxer, you can go with bra. Just optionally, but I would like to change this to this color because this looks more like the base color of their outfits. Next, we can go to body characteristics, so we'll keep that, and then the skin color, we can go up 7 of them and choose this one. And then we can move on to the face. So here is where you actually go down and you go to makeup, and you select winged eyes. Instantly, this makes it look a lot more like a girl and a lot more like Elena specifically. The next step is to do the mouth, and as you can see, we are choosing makeup to make her even more girly. And with that, we can move on to the ears, nothing changes there, and we are done with the face. So let's give her some clothes. And here is where we start making her outfit. So, this will be the base of her outfit, V-neck shirt. And this shirt has to change color to match the underwear. And when you get to the overtop, it's actually quite funny. Once you scroll down to about half, you see these two shirts, hero shirt and arming jacket. What's funny is hero shirt is perfect for Tom, and arming jacket is perfect for Elena, and they are placed right next to each other inside the avatar customizer. So just pick this one, and then instead of blue, we're gonna go with gray. This makes it look a lot more like Elena's color palette. I am aware that Elena is supposed to have a belt, and she's supposed to have the strap of her quiver around her chest, but unfortunately the customization doesn't go that far, so I'll have to add that with a mod pack. And then we can move on to the pants. The correct ones are costume pants. Why these ones? Well, specifically because they give you color options to choose this color, which is like a nice faded yellow. So once you have that, the only thing remaining are the boots. We skip the overpants, we come to the shoes. Alright, so here is where we are going to use Savannah Scout boots. If you're playing Hytale right now, you should have these, and if you have any other versions of the game, you will have these as well. So just change the color to maybe brown, so you could just go ahead and save, and there is Elena. Then you can go into worlds, and you can load up your world, and there you have it. Elenna is done. Let's see. There you go. Whoa, look at that! That looks exactly like her. That looks really good. Oh, I can see the lips really pucker when you pull the arrows. That looks really cool, hey? And there you go. Elenna is done. Let's see if we can get it to launch the arrow. Oh, she can block as well. Nice. Okay. So, the next character to do after Elenna is Tom. So let's get to it. So we want to scroll down all the way. This one. The messy hairstyle is the one that I found to be the closest to Tom's hair. It doesn't look perfect, I'll admit, but again, there is no hairstyle currently in Hytale that looks exactly like Tom's hair. So we can just change the color to this blondish brown color, because Tom's hair is actually quite light. And then we are done with the hair. Next we have eyebrows. Tom, he is facing off against very vicious beasts, so we can give him the angry eyebrows just to make him more serious, make him more determined. And once we have the color, it's the same as the hair, we can move on to the eyes, where we give him large eyes, but we change the eye color to blue, because Tom has blue eyes. Then we go to beard and we change facial hair, we turn it off, and no head accessory, no face accessory, and no earrings either. So we go down to general underwear, where we just give him some boxers, and we can keep them in the blue fashion. Next we give Tom a six-pack, because this guy is ripped. He has been traveling across the kingdoms for many years. He has to look like this. Same as Elenna, he gets skin color number 7, and then we can move on to his face. So if you look at the books, he has these lines that are always drawn under his cheekbones, indicating that his face should look like this. And this is neutral sunken cheeks. I find this to look the most like Tom. So next we have the mouth, and here you can just give him a thin mouth. You can just keep the ears the same, and then we move on to the undertop. Now, as I said earlier, Elenna and Tom's clothing are right next to each other, which is pretty funny actually. But the undertop is not the same. The undertop is over here called tattered shirt. If you select this, you'll see this looks exactly like Tom's shirt if you choose this color down here. Now it looks exactly like the tunic that he wears underneath his clothing. Now it looks exactly like the shirt he wears underneath his other shirt. The only thing I would change are the sleeves and their seams. Apart from that, I think it looks pretty fantastic. So next we have the overtop. We scroll down to where we found Elenna's shirt right here, and we click Hero Shirt. And there you have Tom. His top is done. He also has a little belt, which I wish had a silver buckle instead of gold. I'll have to change that with a custom pack as well. So, no gloves, and we move on to the pants, and here it's quite simple. We simply choose the bulky pseudo, and then you can tell he's almost done. We skip the overpants, and then we come to shoes, and then finally we pick warm boots. And there you have Tom. He doesn't have a cape because he doesn't need it. And then we can save. And there is Tom from Beast Quest. So let's go into Worlds. And let's see what Tom looks like inside of Hytale. There is Tom. And he is looking really, really cool. Look at Tom. Okay, let's press F8 to hide the UI, and then we can jump. That looks so much like Tom. That is actually incredible. I will be giving him a custom shield and a custom sword, as well as custom hair, custom boots, a custom top, and then eventually tokens for the shield, the belt, and the entire set of golden armor from the story. So this is only the beginning for Tom from Beast Quest, but as you can see, he already looks so much like the character from the story. It's actually unbelievable how customizable these characters are in Hytale, that I could make Tom without any mods. It's pretty awesome. While we admire Tom in Hytale, let's talk a bit about the future of the Beast Quest project. Since my last devlog video talking about how I plan to make this project, I have finished reading Season 5, which takes place in the country of Gwildor. And I have to admit, I was pretty blown away by Season 5. Season 5 has a really interesting landscape. It's described to be even more beautiful than Avantia, which I don't remember at all, but that's the case. And the beasts inside of Gwildor, after reading these books, they are super interesting, like Trema, a giant worm, and then you have Crab, a giant crab, and Amictus, a giant praying mantis, and Hawkite, a giant vulture, Rock, a massive rock golem, and then Koldo, who's an ice guy. These beasts are pretty cool, and since Gwildor is very green, it actually matches the biome that I am currently running around in. I know I said that I would be making Gorgonia first, but to make Gorgonia I have to figure out portals, world generation, and all sorts of things. With Gwildor it's kinda simple actually. I just have to make 6 beasts and that's it. And the world doesn't really have any buildings either. It's just a few towns and a few villages. So I think I'm moving it to Gwildor, since the beasts in Gwildor actually make me very excited to build them. Like Crab and Trema specifically. I can't wait to create those in Hytale. To summarize, I'm gonna be starting with Gwildor, and I will be creating the new map for Gwildor very soon, and I will show it to you guys once it's done. This map will then determine where everything goes, and once that's done, I can start making a list of all the prefabs we need to build and all the custom items that I need to add to the game to make Gwildor into a perfect representation from the books. Thank you to all my new subscribers who just came on board this last week. I'm really excited to welcome you to this journey with me, and the Discord is coming soon. So thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't, and stay tuned for more Beast Quest content. See you next time. Bye bye.